5 years into his tenure at Courreges, Nicolas Di Felice staged not merely a show, but a passage of time. The runway was engineered as a city street complete with manholes and painted surface markings so narrow that the audience's shoes nearly grazed the hems. "Uncross your legs," came the familiar instruction from the photographer's pit. It felt less like a warning than a thesis. This was clothing designed for movement, proximity, friction. A wardrobe built for contact with the world. Titled 24 Hours in the Life of a Courrèges Woman, the collection proposed a cinematic arc from dawn to after dark. Di Felice cited the films of Chantal Akerman, particularly Portrait of a Young Girl at the End of the 60s in Brussels. As inspiration, he described imagining the show as a tracking shot, a woman in motion, observed continuously as she moves through the city. The soundtrack mirrored that urgency, evolving from ambient urban soundscapes into insistent techno, tightening the tempo as the day advanced. The opening look, a white satin dress suspended from a metallic frame, evoked both a bedsheet caught mid-gesture and an archival 1965 image of a Courrèges model holding a stark white square. It was a subtle dialogue with founder André Courrèges, one of fashion's original space-age modernists, whose geometric rigor once risked eclipsing the female form beneath it. Di Felice approaches that legacy differently. Where André pursued abstraction, Nicolas sharpened sensuality. Slim coats and funnel-colored jackets were cut with razor precision, their glossy finishes reflecting light like wet pavement. A flecked denim, textured to resemble asphalt, literalized the street reference. Pleated skirts sliced cleanly through space. Dresses opened at the side or back with graphic cutouts that exposed skin in controlled flashes, not gratuitous, but calibrated. Final, a house signature, was explored with technical fluency. In t-shirt and trouser combinations, it read cool and direct. In a pleated dress, it became unexpectedly fluid, a feat of material engineering that softened its inherent rigidity. Di Felice demonstrated range rather than repetition, suggesting a maturation of his vocabulary. Moments of levity punctuated the discipline. Skirts and evening dresses were assembled from translucent organza printed with Paris metro tickets and cloakroom stubs, fragments of transit and transients embedded into garments meant to travel. A new accessory, the shadow bag, appeared to mold to its contents, collapsing and expanding with quiet pragmatism. The casting reinforced the narrative. Veteran models such as Anne-Catherine Lacroix and Natasha Vujnovic walked with composed assurance, embodying the collection's central premise: confidence derived from structure. Di Felice has often spoken about the protective quality of Courrèges design. Here, that protection was architectural rather than ornamental, garments that frame and shield without immobilizing. For the finale, the entire wardrobe returned in white. Every silhouette reissued as an open canvas, stripped of urban patina. It was less a reset than a proposition. The same woman, the next morning, beginning again. Fall-winter 2026 to 2027 distilled Di Felice's evolution at Courrèges into a coherent statement. The geometry remains. The futurism persists. But now it pulses with lived-in sensuality and temporal awareness. A day in the life, yes, but also a milestone, measured not in spectacle, but in continuity, sharpened by intent.